It's so good to see everybody. I'll be let me see. Should I do it? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna play the bumper, but let's forget the bumper today. Folks, what do you do? What do you do when death is imminent? What do you do when you know that it's right around the corner? Well, today we buried my neighbor. It's a heck of a way to start out this week, isn't it? Today we buried my neighbor. Nice guy. Really, really nice guy. In fact, when we bought here, it was just I wanted 4 or 5 acres when we got here. We ended up with half an acre. We bid on a house that was older than I wanted to buy. The neighborhood looked nice, but were we really sure? Were we really sure? We were getting to the point where we had to make decisions, and so we made the offer and we moved in here. Now, within a day or so of moving in here, now before we'd even moved in, I should tell you, our house has a big flagpole out front, and it had a tattered version of Old Glory hanging up there. And I said, well, the first thing we got to get for this house is a new flag. I knew that. I knew that getting here. All right. So a day or two after we had gotten here, Mark next door, our neighbor, he comes over and he says, "Hey, I want to introduce myself. I'm Mark." Blah blah. I said, "It's great to meet you." We had a nice discussion, and he says, "Hey, I'm surprised they didn't take that flag down before they left. Um, my wife Lori has ordered you guys a new flag." And I said, "Well, that's all right. First thing we did when we bought the house was order a flag, and it's actually supposed to be here any minute, right? Because UPS was coming that day." And Mark at that moment said, "Well, it looks like you guys are going to work out after all." And that's how I knew. That's how I knew that I had made the right decision. I'd moved into the right neighborhood, and that we were welcome here because not only uh, was it a patriot living next door, but it was someone who said, "We're going to order you, we're going to order you a moving in present," and that went a long way with me. Now I got to know Mark over the next year and a half. You know, I bought my tractor, and he made fun of me. Right? He's "That's an old tractor." I said, "Yeah, it is, but it works." And then it stopped working. He was like, "That's an old tractor." And we would joke here and there. And then his wife had gotten ill at some point, and it was then that I had found out that he himself was ill. He said, "Well, it's a good thing she's gone down to this hospital because I can get some of my testing and some of my procedures done too, because I've got this cancer and that cancer and this other thing that's acting up." And I said, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, this guy's this guy's not so good." Um, was it the kind of friendship where we sat in each other's living rooms and played games and hooted and hollered and shared adult beverages? No, it wasn't. In fact, I'm enjoying an adult beverage now, and he is not. He did not. I don't know what he did before I knew him. Maybe he did back then, but after he was sick, he didn't do that. And so it wasn't that kind of friendship. It was a sense of respect, and I got to see the class and the strength that he had as things progressed. Now, being right next door, we did help with things like take out the trash, take over a meal, go visit him in the hospital. Yeah, we're neighbors. We went and did that kind of thing. But when we got invited to his celebration of life, which was today, I got to walk into a room full of people, full of people that someone had made an impact on. We were there, right? Did he make an impact on me? Sure, he did. Did him and his family make an impact on my lovely bride? Absolutely. And it's in those moments. It's like what I say every Friday when I come on here and I talk about focus, fitness, focus, freedom Friday. When I get on Fridays and I have this message, am I an entrepreneur that promotes my business? Am I someone that's helping other people grow their businesses? Absolutely, absolutely. But there's so much more to the Fitness Focus Freedom Friday message. Fitness, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I am a walking contradiction of that. I could lose some weight. I could probably maybe not enjoy a cigar sometimes. I could probably put down some of this adult beverage that I enjoy, but I enjoy it. It's quality of life for me. I enjoy it. I go bicycling. I go to the gym. I walk the dog at the park. I mean, I stay active. I try to do things. I think it's important that everybody find that balance somewhere in their life. Fitness, focus. When it's time to focus, how do you focus? What do you focus on? Is it productive? Does it create for you? Does it create for your family? Does it create for others in your neighborhood? Fitness, focus. Freedom. Do you take a moment? Do you take a moment to breathe? Do you take a moment to get outside, enjoy the air, celebrate, share with others, right? Fitness, focus, freedom. Friday. Friday's a day for me to reflect on all this. It's so important. It's so important. Just today, I got a message from one of our hosting clients. She's giving up her project. She's selling her project or donating her project or giving her project to somebody else because she's got some health issues and she wants to, I guess, keep the project going, but let someone else manage it. They're going to change the URL. They're going to rebrand some things. And they asked us about moving the hosting from one package to another. And we assured them that we would be able to do that. It's another example of somebody, I don't know if she's dying, right? But she's got a health issue and it's preventing her from going forward. But she's transitioning it and she's moving it on to someone else. She's passing it along. I think about the things we do at Mañana No Mas. I think about the things we help with, the things that we empower people with, and the things that we do. Just this morning, I got an email from Spencer Foreman, and Spencer Foreman in that email lists how he's helping another company. Now, this company has 170,000 members in it, right? So 100, not members. I shouldn't say member. Well, members. They're on a mail list. They got 170,000 people on their mailing list. That means that they're paying $1,500 a month for their web hosting. They're paying $4,000 a month for an active campaign account because they've got 170,000 people. They've got MemberPress and some extra plugins and some things that they do. So that's a plug-in cost. And let's be honest, it's a maintenance and support issue because you've got these multiple things juggling there. And they've got a team that really isn't making changes or growing, right? And so Spencer jumps in there and he says, hey, you're paying $66,000 a year for all of this and you haven't sold any memberships yet. Let's do this. Let's make it a membership website. And let's build this, build that, build the other. Let's redo this thing with some tools that they have over at WP Launchify, and it gets them into a this is going to be $2,400 a year instead of $66,000 a year, folks. That is very similar to what we offer at Mañana No Mas, especially with our enterprise e-learning packages. We take people that are paying $150,000, $200,000, $400,000 a year for an e-learning website, and we go, okay, not only can we give you all of those e-learning features, okay, we can give you those e-learning features, but we can add the CRM in, and we can add some email marketing automation in, and we take a look at this and we say, okay, you were paying $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 for an e-learning platform. You were paying another $10,000 to $20,000 a year for CRM and email usage, and you were paying whatever you were paying for automations in that space. And we can say, hey, we can get all that done for about $75,000, $80,000 a year, and offer support and services, on top of the hosting and the tools and things. Some people say, well, Kurt, that's a lot of money for a package like that. It's not a lot of money to a company or to an enterprise project that was paying $400,000, $500,000 for these types of services. And so that's the kind of focus I'm talking about. So when I say Fitness Focus Freedom Friday, know your offer. What do you come to the table with? Where is the value for those things? Who is calling me? Spam. I'm glad my phone at least tells me when it's spam. So these are the things. Fitness, focus, freedom, Friday. Life is fragile. Life is fragile. So looking at my neighbor and looking what he was able to do, he grew a thriving business. He did. He served the community. That's great. Had an awesome family. Even better. But when I sat in that room and I saw the slideshow and heard the music, I saw a man that was embedded with his family, embedded with the community. Lots of pictures with smiles, lots of pictures with supporting other people. And if bear with me, if you're a man in this space, if you're a man and you're listening to this message, we got to provide, we got to support, we got to love, we got to be there for people, and that's very, very huge, very, very huge. I'm going to keep this one short this week, folks, and I'm going to get off pretty quickly. I'm going to enjoy some of that freedom I talk about and get ready for the rest of the people that I'll be seeing and serving today. Life is fragile. Enjoy your freedoms. Keep yourself healthy. Focus on the things that bring you return. I did a podcast today with Toby Crines for the Agency Action Show. Part of what we talked about there from our businesses, from that perspective, was, do we keep adding features to our businesses, or do we actually start cutting services from our businesses and focusing on the things that we're experts in, focusing on the things that drive value? And by driving that value, we drive margins and profit and cash flow. Like, is that the way we go? Or do we just keep answering every question? Can you do this? Yeah. Can you do this? Yeah. Can you add this? Yeah, sure. Like, do we go that way, or do we reduce and propel? And it's an interesting talk, because in business, it's very frustrating to know that you could be very well saying no to certain opportunities. And when you say no to an opportunity, does it immediately let you say more of a yes to things that you already are an expert in? And those are the things that we talk about on that show. Like with Agency Action, we try to be very transparent and hopefully deeper than some of the other shows that are out there for that kind of flow for agency life. Folks, I hope you enjoy these messages. If it doesn't kill you, like, subscribe, throw a comment in there. Let me know if anything I say resonates with you. If sometimes I'm not reinventing the wheel, sometimes I'm just trying to give that simple message and try to repeat it. Fridays are important to me. They're important for a lot of reasons. All right. Maybe it's the disconnect I had with my parents. Maybe who knows why it's important to me. Does it matter? But maybe when I take this time and I say, let's regroup, let's circle the wagons, and let's be reflective and think about this week, how do we focus on our fitness? How do we focus on those things that need to be focused upon? How do we focus on the freedom that our self-employment gives us? And are we enjoying wrapping up another week? Life is fragile, folks. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you some other time.